Stop touching the mouse. Seriously, take your hand off it right now. The button you think is going to make you rich is actually the exact mechanism designed to keep you poor. You have been lied to your entire life about what work looks like, and that lie is currently costing you everything in the markets. We are raised in a world where productivity is measured by motion. If you want to build a wall, you lay bricks. If you want to write a book, you type words. If you work a 9 to 5, you show up and you perform tasks for 8 hours. We are conditioned to believe that doing something is always better than doing nothing. But the market is the only place on earth where the harder you try to force a result, the faster you will be destroyed. You come into this game thinking you are the player, thinking that the charts are a puzzle and if you just move the pieces fast enough, you will solve it. You think that sitting there, staring at a screen without clicking a button, means you are being lazy. Your brain screams at you that you need to be in a trade to be a trader. But let me tell you the darkest truth about this industry, the one that the brokers and the gurus never want you to truly internalize. The market does not pay you for your labor. It does not pay you for your stress. It pays you for your ability to do absolutely nothing, right up until the moment you have to do one thing perfectly. Most people treat their trading account like a checking account. They look at the balance and they see money that can be spent. They think, I have $5,000 or $10,000, which means I have buying power to throw at whatever looks halfway decent. They treat their capital like it is infinite, like there is always more where that came from. You lose $200 today, and you tell yourself it doesn't matter because you will just make it back tomorrow. But tomorrow comes, and you are down another 200. Then another. Suddenly, you are staring at a blown account wondering how it happened. It happened because you forgot what your capital actually is. Your money is not just a way to keep score. It is your oxygen. It is your lifeblood. Every single trade you enter is a leak in your oxygen tank. If you open the valve for no reason, you are just letting air escape into the void. You are suffocating yourself. When you really break it down, your account isn't a tool for making money. It is your ammunition in a war where you are severely outgunned. Imagine you are a sniper dropped behind enemy lines. You have a rifle, but you only have 5 bullets. That is it. 5 rounds. You can't call for a resupply. You can't run to the store. Once those rounds are gone, you are defenseless. Now, if that was your reality, how would you behave? Would you shoot at rustling leaves? Would you fire at a shadow that might be a target, or might just be a tree? Of course not. You would lay in the mud for 3 days, rain pouring on your back, insects crawling on your face, barely breathing, waiting for the one shot that is guaranteed. You wouldn't feel bored. You wouldn't feel impatient. You would feel a terrifying clarity because you know the value of what you are holding in the chamber. But in trading, because the bullets are just digital numbers on a screen, you fire them like you're in an arcade. You get bored, so you take a trade. You want to feel the rush, so you take a trade. You see a stock moving and you get FOMO, so you take a trade. You are spraying machine gun fire into the dark, hoping you hit something, and then you wonder why you are out of ammo when the real target finally walks into the light. This is the concept of opportunity cost that destroys more careers than bad strategy ever could. The real cost of a bad trade isn't just the money you lose. That is actually the cheap part. The expensive part is what that bad trade does to your mind. Let's paint a picture. It's Tuesday. The market is choppy. There is no clear direction. Your strategy hasn't given you a signal, but you have been sitting at your desk for 2 hours and you feel like you need to justify your time. So, you see something that looks okay. It's a B- setup. You take it. The trade immediately goes against you. You get stopped out. You lose a few $100. You are annoyed, but you tell yourself it's fine. But it's not fine. Because now, you are frustrated. Your psychological capital is depleted. You are in recovery mode. You are looking for revenge. You are vibrating with that subtle, dangerous anxiety that makes you want to get the money back. Then, on Thursday, the perfect setup appears. The A+ setup. The one you have been waiting for all month. The one that aligns with every single rule you have. It is a masterpiece of a chart. But guess what? You hesitate. You freeze. Why? Because you are still bleeding from the stupid cut you gave yourself on Tuesday. You are gun-shy. You are second-guessing yourself because your confidence took a hit on a trade you never should have taken in the first place. So you stare at it. You watch it rip without you. You watch the trade that would have made your entire month fly off the screen while you sit on your hands, paralyzed by the ghost of a mistake you made out of boredom. That is the true cost of overtrading. The garbage trades don't just lose you money, they steal your ability to execute on the winning trades. You cannot be an elite performer if you are constantly recovering from self-inflicted wounds. You need to be fresh. You need to be hungry. You need to be ready to strike when the iron is hot, and you cannot strike if you burned your hands playing with matches 2 days ago. You have to completely rewire your brain to understand that not trading is actually a position. It is an active, aggressive stance. When you are sitting in cash, you are not on the sidelines. You are in the most powerful position in the market. You are the predator lying in the tall grass. The predator doesn't chase every gazelle that runs by. The predator waits. It conserves energy. It watches for the weak, the slow, the injured. It waits for the moment where the probability of success is nearly 100%. And when that moment comes, it explodes with violence and precision. That is how you need to view your cash. Cash is a position that has zero risk, zero stress, and unlimited optionality. When you are in cash, you have a clear head. You have no bias. You can see the market for what it really is, not what you hope it is. The moment you enter a trade, you lose that clarity. You become biased. You start rooting for your position. You start ignoring warning signs. So, you should guard your cash position with your life. You should be terrified to leave the safety of cash unless the opportunity outside is so undeniable that it would be stupid not to take it. The best traders in the world, the ones who survive for decades, not just the ones who get lucky for a year, they are defensive first. They think about what they can lose, not what they can win. They view their capital as a fortress. Every trade you take is like lowering the drawbridge. When the bridge is down, the enemy can get in. You are vulnerable. So, why would you lower the bridge for a peasant? You only lower the bridge when a king is waiting outside with a chest of gold. You keep the gates closed. You keep the walls high. Most of you are running around with the drawbridge down, the gates wide open, inviting the market to come in and raid your treasury every single day. You need to learn the power of the word no. No is the most profitable word in a trader's vocabulary. No to the choppy open. No to the setup that looks kind of good. No to the trade that you just want to take because you are bored. Every time you say no to a bad trade, you just made money. You saved yourself a loss. You saved yourself the commission. You saved yourself the emotional drain. You need to start tracking your no trades. You need to feel proud of the days where you sat for 4 hours, saw nothing, and did nothing. That is a professional day. That is a disciplined day. That is a day where you defeated the casino. Because make no mistake, the market is designed like a casino. It is designed to overstimulate you. The flashing lights, the ticking numbers, the green and red candles, it is all built to trigger your dopamine receptors. It wants you to play. The house always wins when you play just for the sake of playing. The only way to beat the house is to refuse to play until you have counted the cards and you know the deck is hot. So how do we actually fix this? How do we go from being the gambler to being the sniper? You need a hard filter. You need a rule that protects you from yourself. Try this mental framework. Imagine you only have 3 trades allowed for the entire week. Just 3. If you use them all up by Monday morning, you are done. You have to sit on your hands for the next 4 days while the market moves without you. If you actually lived by that rule, how differently would you trade? You would scrutinize everything. You would look at a setup and ask, is this worth one of my 3 bullets? And if the answer is anything other than a screaming yes, you would walk away. You wouldn't settle for mediocrity. You would demand excellence from the market. And that is the shift. You stop begging the market for money, and you start demanding that the market proves it is worthy of your capital. It sounds extreme, I know. You are thinking, but if I don't trade, I can't make money. And that is the paradox. The less you trade, the more money you make. When you trade less, you trade bigger. You trade with more conviction. Your win rate skyrockets because you are only swinging at the pitches that are right down the middle. You stop striking out on the curveballs in the dirt. You become the person who waits for the fat pitch, and when it comes, you knock it out of the park. Think about the logic of a B-tier trade. A setup that is pretty good, but not great. It might win 60% of the time, but it is stressful. It takes hours to play out. It chops you up. Compare that to the no trade. The no trade has a 100% success rate of preserving your capital. It has zero stress. It leaves you fresh for the A-tier setup. When you do the math, sitting in cash is often a higher expected value decision than taking a mediocre trade. It is a win. You need to reclassify doing nothing in your brain. It is not inactivity. It is a successful defensive play. There is a concept called being anti-fragile. It means that you get stronger when things are chaotic. Most traders are fragile. When the market is messy, they lose money. They get chopped up. They bleed out. But if you master the art of sitting on your hands, you become anti-fragile. When the market is messy, you are safe in your fortress, watching everyone else lose their minds. You preserve your energy and your money. Then, when the storm clears and the trend emerges, you are the only one left with a full clip of ammo and a clear head. You step in and you clean up while everyone else is licking their wounds. This is the path to longevity. You cannot survive in this game if you are constantly exposing yourself to risk. You have to be a coward when the odds are unclear, and a hero when the odds are in your favor. But most people have it backward. They are heroes in the chop, trying to prove they can predict the noise, and they are cowards when the trend is clear because they are too traumatized to pull the trigger. You have to stop looking for excitement in the charts. If you want excitement, go skydiving. Go to a real casino. Watch a horror movie. Trading is supposed to be boring. It is supposed to be like watching paint dry. If you are feeling your heart race, if you are sweating, if you are shouting at the screen, you are doing it wrong. You are gambling. Professional trading is a quiet, lonely, repetitive business of waiting for your specific conditions to be met and then executing without emotion. You need to treat your capital like it is sacred. It is not just numbers. It is your time. It is the hours you worked to save that money. It is your freedom. Don't throw it away on a whim. Don't set it on fire because you are bored on a Tuesday afternoon. Respect the ammunition. Ask yourself right now, are you a hunter or are you a tourist? The tourist wants to see everything, do everything, and takes pictures of everything. The hunter sits in the blind, motionless, blending into the environment, waiting for the perfect shot. The hunter eats. The tourist just spends money. From this moment forward, make a pact with yourself. You will not open the gates for anything less than royalty. You will not fire a bullet unless you are sure it will hit the target. You will embrace the boredom. You will love the silence of sitting in cash. You will realize that the moves you miss do not cost you a dime. Missing out is free. Losing money costs you everything. The market will always be there. It is a stream of endless opportunity that will flow long after you are dead. You don't need to catch every drop of water. You just need to fill your bucket when the flow is strong. Stop trying to drink from the fire hose. Step back. Wait. Observe. And when you strike, strike to kill. This is how you win the war. Not by fighting every battle, but by only fighting the ones you are guaranteed to win.